The Law of Money, 26 Timeless Principles to Master Wealth, written by Peter A. Saul and published by Law of Attraction Audiobook, the foundation of financial law and money mastery. A multitude of volumes speak on economic success, yet many attribute fortune to mere chance or circumstance, neglecting the profound influence of unyielding law. They weave tales of serendipity or advocate superficial techniques, promising that mere desire will conjure wealth. But true wealth creation is neither accident nor enchantment. It is the logical consequence of internal statutes, diligently applied with keen intelligence, unwavering belief, and persistent action. This work is not a compendium of get-rich-quick schemes, but a treatise on the fundamental forces that govern money. If you seek speculative gambits or facile shortcuts to riches, these words are not for you. But if you yearn to awaken the dormant capacities within, to comprehend the intricate dance of money, why it gravitates towards one and evades another, and how to become the kind of individual it naturally seeks, then herein lies your map. To that dominion, let us commence with an undeniable truth. Money matters, not for its inherent nobility, but because in the current architecture of human society, it is the fulcrum upon which nearly all else pivots. Aspire to educate your progeny? Money is requisite. Desire to nurture your physical, mental, or spiritual well-being, or that of your cherished ones? Again, money. It has, for good or ill, become the instrument granting passage to most forms of financial freedom and personal evolution. In ages past, humanity's primary resource was physical prowess. One hunted, constructed, and bartered directly. But as civilization scaled, barter yielded to currency and brawn to intellect. The individual, who once exchanged fish, now trades in concepts. The one who gathered provisions now offers consultation. Money, untethered from mere physical exertion, now follows the currents of energy, and all energy in its genesis springs from within. This audiobook, The Unseen Architects of Affluence, posits that wealth is not solely the fruit of labor, nor even of intellect alone, but of consciously guided will, harmonized with universal laws of money. Just as an unseen force dictates the fall of an apple, so too do mental and spiritual statutes draw money into your sphere or repel it. These money laws operate ceaselessly, whether you acknowledge them or not. This volume, available as a full audiobook and one of the best audiobooks on personal finance, is penned to illuminate these statutes, enabling you to cease struggling against the current and instead master its navigation. The design of this complete audiobook is intentional. Each chapter forms a distinct cornerstone in the edifice of your financial education, intended to stimulate your reason, galvanize your self-belief, and dismantle your limiting assumptions. You will not receive a mere checklist for riches, but rather the blueprints for profound financial self-construction, and it shall be stated repeatedly and unequivocally, there is no effect without a commensurate cause. If your income stagnates, your money mindset may be the impediment. If wealth proves ephemeral, your habits may be the culprit. If money perpetually seems beyond your grasp, perhaps you have yet to extend the appropriate kind of mental and spiritual. And we shall delve into law, not as legislative code, but as the inherent structure of being. Into action, not mere frantic activity, but intelligent, purposeful endeavor. Into belief, not vague aspiration, but unshakable inner conviction. And into power, not external coercion, but the kind that is born when you realize you do not supplicate for money. You become a magnet to it. This is a study in applied idealism, a guide to money mastery, founded on the premise that the mind shapes the world, and through the mind you shape your own. Our journey into financial wisdom begins now. For those seeking a free audiobook experience, excerpts and insights may be found, encouraging you to explore this personal finance audiobook in its entirety. We notice that 67% of you who listen to our video are not yet subscribed to the channel. Please help support the channel by hitting the subscribe button and liking the video. Thanks for inspiring us to create more content for you. Now let's begin. Chapter 1. The Law of the Inner Force. The inner force, your core power for wealth creation. In every endeavor towards financial success, the primordial and most formidable power is that spark which ignites from the deepest recesses of the individual. This is the inner force, a quiet, often unperceived, yet omnipresent internal dynamism. It is not a transient sentiment nor a capricious whim, but the very bedrock upon which wealth building is erected. This inner force is the volition to ascend beyond commonplace thought and the audacity to place unshakable trust in one's intrinsic potential. It is the silent dynamo that, once kindled, initiates the cascade of economic success. Imagine for a moment the nature of an acorn buried in the earth. The acorn contains within its humble shell the entire intricate design of a towering oak, yet its metamorphosis into arboreal majesty does not happen by sheer luck. It necessitates the awakening of its latent energy, its inner force, the inherent drive to germinate, to extend its roots, and to resolutely reach for the sun's embrace. So too does the human consciousness harbor within it the veiled capacity for extraordinary wealth creation. Recognizing, cultivating, and deliberately directing this inner force is the inaugural step toward financial freedom and lasting money mastery. The world often misidentifies external accolades with genuine potency. Many pursue the ephemeral sheen of quick profits or the fleeting contentment of immediate gain, oblivious that authentic wealth is not constructed upon the shifting sands of material acquisition, but upon the immutable bedrock of inner thought and conviction. The inner force, when consciously harnessed, not only steers one's actions, but also modulates the energetic signature that attracts financial independence. It possesses a magnetic quality, drawing forth the opportune circumstances and supportive individuals that resonate with one's deepest aspirations. However, awakening this force is no passive affair of idle wishing. It demands a disciplined cultivation of self-awareness and mental fortitude. One must commence by dismantling the limiting beliefs that constrict one's potential. Too frequently, the insidious whisper of self-doubt quells this inner strength, leaving only the reverberations of defeat. To liberate this force, the individual must commit to the deliberate nurturing of a positive wealth mindset, to a scrupulous self-scrutiny of habits, and to the consistent alignment of actions with a higher, more affluent purpose. Thus, financial success is not accidental, but the methodical outcome of an awakened mind, actively transmuting its highest ideals into tangible money. Consider the alchemist, who sought not merely to transmute base metals, but to perfect the self in the process. This inner force is your internal alchemical fire, turning leaden thoughts into golden opportunities. Chapter 2. The Principle of Dynamic Reciprocity. Dynamic reciprocity, the give and get of money flow. In the grand orchestration of financial independence, every intentional action precipitates a corresponding reaction, a law of money as immutable as the tides. This is the principle of dynamic reciprocity, the understanding that each purposeful act, imbued with the inner force, sows the seeds of a proportionate effect, impacting your money management and wealth creation journey. It is insufficient to merely harbor desire or to nurture an inner potency. The external world demands that thought be translated into action, and that action, in its turn, be met with an congruent response from the universe. The cosmos is a boundless web of exchanges and money principles. In the natural order, the sun's energy elicits life. In human endeavors, every decision or initiative unleashes a ripple that sculpts our financial destiny. The principle of dynamic reciprocity teaches that nothing transpires in isolation. When you invest focused effort, when you engage your unique talents in the pursuit of wealth, the world responds by aligning circumstances, individuals, and opportunities in a manner that mirrors your originating intent and energy. Herein lies a profound secret of how money works. To receive the bounty of your labors, you must first engage the mechanisms of action. This isn't just about how to make money. It's about understanding the energetic exchange. Think of a farmer diligently tilling his field and sowing quality seeds. The initial labor may be arduous, the ground resistant, yet his purposeful action sends a signal, an energetic investment. The earth, the rain, the sun, the universe responds in kind, yielding a harvest proportionate to the quality of his seed and the diligence of his effort. Your actions in the marketplace, your creative endeavors, your investment strategies are your seeds. A well-conceived initiative, a determined stride towards your financial freedom, sends forth waves of influence that inevitably return to you as economic success, often multiplied. Even when confronted by obstacles, the law of money inherent in reciprocity holds true. An earnest effort may initially encounter resistance or seeming apathy, but as the ripples of your action expand, they gather momentum, transforming apparent setbacks into unforeseen avenues for wealth building. Yet this law is not a blind, mechanical process. It demands intelligent, money mastery-driven action. Haphazard effort, aimless work, or undirected bursts of energy will only yield chaotic, unpredictable results, hindering your journey to financial independence. The response you attract is entirely contingent upon the quality, clarity, and direction of your originating efforts. Therefore, every action must be purposeful, aligned with your highest objectives and the inner force you have awakened. When you act with lucidity, discipline, and unwavering conviction, the universe reciprocates in kind, dispatching the resources and opportunities essential for your continued ascent. This is the crucial distinction between wishful thinking and genuine wealth creation. Many aspire to wealth, believing that sheer desire will invoke the powers of attraction. Yet, desire untranslated into action remains as inert as a treasure map unread. It is through the deliberate conversion of thought into focused, sustained action that economic success is born. Every step is an act of faith, a declaration of your readiness to engage with the world, affirming your capacity to shape it. With each positive, value-laden act, you affirm your commitment, and the environment responds with the material evidence of your determination. This is a core tenet of effective money management, understanding that your output dictates your input. Chapter 3. The Law of Attraction. The Law of Attraction. Magnetize money and opportunity. Within the architecture of financial achievement and wealth creation, there operates an unseen yet potent influence that pulls with magnetic certainty, the law of attraction. This money principle is elegantly simple, yet profoundly impactful, like attracts like. The essential nature of your dominant thoughts, beliefs, and emotional states will inexorably determine the caliber of wealth, opportunities, and circumstances that gravitate into your experience. The law of attraction money is not an esoteric concept confined to hopeful daydreams. It is a tangible, dynamic process that channels the vibrational energy of your inner world into concrete material returns, profoundly influencing how money works in your life. At the very core of the law of attraction lies the understanding that every thought emits a specific vibration, a distinct energetic frequency that resonates and interacts with the corresponding frequencies in the external environment. When your mind is consistently attuned to abundance, to the unwavering certainty of economic success, you naturally project a magnetic energy that irresistibly draws opportunities, resources, and supportive individuals towards you. Conversely, if your thoughts are habitually mired in doubt, fear, or a sense of scarcity, a poor money mindset, you inadvertently repel the very financial freedom and prosperity you consciously seek. It is the precise alignment of your mental and emotional state with the vision of wealth that establishes a receptive vibrational field for financial success. Imagine your mind as a powerful broadcasting tower. When it transmits clear, consistent signals of prosperity, confidence, and expectation, it tunes into the universal frequency of abundance. Every time you affirm your inherent capability to achieve, every deliberate action you undertake to materialize your financial plans, you amplify that harmonious signal. The law of attraction. Money is not a passive phenomenon. It is an imperative call to conscious, deliberate creation and money mastery. It demands that you become acutely aware of the quality of your habitual thoughts and that you undertake a disciplined effort to nurture those that resonate with your highest financial aspirations. One must comprehend that attract money is not a mystical summoning of riches from the ether. Rather, it is the natural, lawful outcome of cultivating a wealth mindset that is clear, confident, and laser-focused on wealth building. As you begin to perceive your financial goals not merely as possibilities but as inevitable outcomes, you unlock a cascade of actions and intuitive insights that align with that certainty. Opportunities that once seemed veiled or inaccessible gradually reveal themselves, as if the universe itself had been awaiting your clear signal. In this manner, every idea, every strategic plan, every purposeful effort becomes a stepping stone towards financial independence. Yet the true elegance of the law of attraction resides in its dual efficacy. Not only does it magnetize the rewards you desire, but it also reinforces your belief in your own creative potential. As you observe the tangible results of your focused thoughts, be it through unexpected investment strategies paying off, timely counsel from a mentor, or a serendipitous influx of resources, your confidence burgeons. This success, in turn, acts as a powerful catalyst, further strengthening the magnetic pull of your desires. It is a self-perpetuating cycle where positive, abundance-oriented thoughts engender positive outcomes, and those outcomes empower you to think, dream, and act on an even grander scale. This is a cornerstone of financial education, understanding that your internal state is a primary determinant of your external reality. Chapter 4. The Power of Definite Purpose. Definite purpose, your roadmap to financial freedom. Every monumental achievement, particularly in the realm of wealth creation and financial freedom, originates with a vision, a lucid, unwavering, definite purpose that serves as the steadfast lodestar for all your actions. Without a clearly defined, definite purpose, even the most persistent and energetic efforts can become diffuse, scattering vital energy and diluting potential, leading to suboptimal money management. In this chapter, we explore the indispensable nature of purpose and how its clarity, intensity, and steadfastness are paramount to the realization of economic success and money mastery. A definite purpose is far more than a mere goal or a fleeting wish. It is a focused, crystallized conviction that transmutes your aspirations into a tangible, actionable direction. It is the conscious act of setting aside the myriad distractions that life invariably presents and anchoring your entire being to one paramount, clearly articulated objective. This unwavering focus acts as a powerful magnet for the opportunities, resources, and collaborations that align with your envisioned outcome, accelerating your journey towards financial independence. Just as a ship's captain relies on a precise destination to navigate vast oceans, a definite purpose illuminates your pathway through the often turbulent seas of the financial world, enabling you to navigate its complexities with confidence and precision. This clarity is fundamental to sound investment strategies and effective wealth building. When your purpose is firmly and vividly defined, you transform abstract dreams of wealth into concrete, actionable plans. The process commences with profound introspection, a rigorous, honest examination of your innate strengths, your deepest desires, your core values, and the unique contribution you are meant to make. Here you must ask, what is the one overarching financial objective that, if achieved, would most significantly transform my life and the lives of those I care about? What unique talents can I leverage to achieve this? The answers to these inquiries reveal the contours of your authentic calling. With this clarity, you can construct a detailed blueprint, a strategic roadmap that not only charts a course for financial achievement, but also resonates deeply with your inner identity and wealth mindset. A well-defined purpose compels inspired action. It is insufficient to merely articulate your aspirations. You must also commit wholeheartedly to the practical, sequential steps required to manifest them. When every decision, every allocation of time and resources is filtered through the lens of your definite purpose, the seemingly disparate activities of daily life begin to converge into a unified, powerful strategy. You start to perceive opportunities where others see only obstacles, and every setback becomes not a deterrent, but a valuable lesson that sharpens your focus rather than depleting your will. This disciplined, purpose-driven approach transforms challenges into stepping stones and instills within you a profound resilience, a critical attribute in the sustained pursuit of economic success. This principle is a cornerstone of any robust financial education. Chapter 5. The Unyielding Power of Will, Unyielding Will, the Drive Behind Economic Success. In the grand architecture of financial success and wealth creation, will is the indefatigable engine that transforms a definite purpose into tangible achievement and money mastery. While a clear objective charts the course, it is the unyielding power of will that propels you forward, especially when the terrain of money management becomes treacherous or when obstacles to financial freedom appear insurmountable. Will is not a mere whim or a transient desire. It is a profound, determined resolve, a steadfast commitment to act consistently in accordance with your highest aspirations, irrespective of the difficulties or delays that may arise. It is the bedrock of financial independence. Imagine the inexorable force of a mighty river carving its path through solid rock formations over eons. It is not the river's sheer volume alone, nor its sudden floods that sculpt the landscape, but its persistent, unwavering drive and its intrinsic determination to find or forge a way towards the sea. Similarly, the power of will within you works, with quiet yet relentless persistence, dismantling barriers, reorienting setbacks into opportunities for growth, and steadily advancing your investment strategies and wealth-building efforts. This inner strength, this indomitable spirit, is not born of fleeting passion. It is meticulously nurtured through continual, deliberate practice. Every conscious decision you make, every disciplined action you take, must serve as a testament to your unwavering determination to achieve your financial goals. The modern world is saturated with distractions and temptations that can easily erode your resolve. In an era where instant gratification is perpetually within reach, the art of steadfast determination, fueled by a potent will, becomes an exceptionally rare and powerful quality for anyone serious about economic success. The power of will is fundamentally about choosing long-term financial freedom over temporary comforts or immediate ease. It necessitates a disciplined mind, one capable of silencing the chorus of doubts and fears that inevitably surface along the arduous journey to wealth creation. When you cultivate a strong, unbending will, You construct a mental fortress, a sanctuary where negative, disempowering thoughts are barred entry and only constructive, forward-driving ideas aligned with your wealth mindset are permitted, passage, and amplified. To harness this formidable power, it is essential to acknowledge that the process of building will is itself a journey, one marked by both incremental victories and unavoidable setbacks. Each setback, rather than being a cause for despair or abandonment of your money principles, should be regarded as a critical lesson in fortifying your resolve. Every failure, when met with an unyielding will, becomes a stepping stone toward a more refined approach, a more resilient character. This transformation of adversity into advantage is the hallmark of those who truly comprehend the art of willful determination and the path to money mastery. It is through will that you marshal the full forces of your mind and spirit. Your thoughts, when aligned with a determined heart and a clear purpose, gain the clarity, focus, and intensity needed to break through the inertia of everyday challenges and the resistance of old habits. In this crucible of effort, you learn to trust implicitly in your own capacity to overcome obstacles. Confidence, a vital component of financial education, is born from repeated successes, no matter how modest, and with each triumph, your will grows stronger, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of escalating achievement. Remember, the true measure of will is not in how you commence your journey, but in how you persist when circumstances test your resolve. Chapter 6. Confidence and Belief in One's Own Abilities. Confidence and belief fueling your wealth. Mindset. In the odyssey towards financial triumph and wealth creation, confidence and belief in one's own abilities are not mere incidental byproducts of economic success. They are the very foundational pillars upon which all sustainable wealth building is constructed. When you genuinely and profoundly believe in yourself, in your capacity to learn, adapt, and execute, you cease to passively await fortune's favor. Instead, you become an active agent in your own prosperity, a powerful magnet attracting the opportunities, resources, and investment strategies necessary for achieving financial freedom and money mastery. Confidence is that inextinguishable inner luminescence that dispels the pervasive shadows of doubt and fear, enabling you to stride with bold assurance in the direction of your most cherished dreams and money principles. Imagine standing upon the precipice of a vast, formidable canyon. The opposite bank, laden with promise and the allure of financial independence, is separated from you by an intimidating chasm of uncertainty and perceived risk. Without potent self-assurance, the leap towards your goals appears impossible, fraught with peril. Yet when your inner resolve is fortified by unwavering confidence, you perceive the canyon not as an insurmountable void, but as a challenge awaiting your ingenuity, a test of your wealth mindset. Belief in your own abilities transmutes the abstract notion of success into something tangible, something eminently achievable through deliberate, focused, and persistent effort. This chapter is an earnest call to nurture, cultivate, and solidify that profound inner belief, a cornerstone of any effective financial education. Financial success, akin to any other form of high achievement, demands that you trust implicitly in the inherent strength of your ideas, the validity of your chosen methods, and your capacity to see them through to fruition. Too often, individuals permit the internal critic and the external cynic to undermine their self-worth and erode their nascent confidence. They allow the haunting echoes of past failures or perceived inadequacies to dictate the perceived limits of their future potential, thereby sabotaging their efforts towards wealth creation. To break free from this debilitating cycle, you must first recognize that the most formidable barrier to economic success is seldom the external world, but rather the internal voice of doubt and inadequacy. When you consciously choose to silence that voice, replacing it with affirmations of your competence and resilience, you create an expansive space for confident, creative thought, a fertile ground wherein the seeds of money mastery and financial freedom can take firm root and flourish. Confidence is not a static trait that appears fully formed overnight. It is dynamically cultivated through lived experience, through the repeated affirmation and successful application of your skills, and through the courageous, consistent practice of stepping beyond your established comfort zones. Each small victory, no matter how minor it may initially seem in your money management, reinforces the belief that you are capable of far more than you might have previously imagined. With every obstacle you surmount, the foundations of your self-confidence are strengthened, setting the stage for even greater achievements and accelerating your wealth-building journey. In this transformative process, setbacks are not evidence of failure, but invaluable lessons, a recalibration of your strategies that further builds your resilience and refines your investment strategies. Chapter 7. Expectancy and Persistency. Expectancy and Persistency, Keys to Money Principles. There exists an almost palpable, energetic quality that invariably precedes every significant achievement, a deep-seated expectancy that what is earnestly sought, diligently worked for, and clearly envisioned will eventually manifest. This is not mere idle optimism or a fleeting, hopeful wish. It is a resolute, unwavering anticipation, a core element of a powerful wealth mindset that every action, every focused thought, and every ounce of applied effort will ultimately yield its commensurate reward. It is the quiet, unshakable certainty that even in moments of trial or apparent stagnation in your journey towards financial freedom, the seeds of future economic success are being diligently sown and nurtured. When you adopt and consistently cultivate a mindset of positive expectancy, you position yourself to see beyond the immediate, often challenging present circumstances. You learn to recognize and trust that the subtle yet powerful forces of nature, universal law, and even what some call chance, are fundamentally aligned with your inner vision and your most cherished money principles. It is an unshakable belief that every effort, however modest it may appear in isolation, contributes significantly to the vast, accumulating reservoir of eventual triumph in wealth creation. In the realm of financial success and money mastery, expectancy is inextricably interwoven with the rigorous practice of persistency. Persistency is the relentless, unwavering continuation of purpose and action, despite setbacks, delays, criticism, or temporary defeats. It is that indomitable quality that compels you to act, day in and day out, with unwavering resolve towards your goals, irrespective of the hurdles that may arise on your path to financial independence. The persistent individual, armed with robust money management skills, does not falter or abandon their quest at the first or even the 10th sign of adversity. They deeply understand that the path to substantial wealth building and achievement is rarely a straight, unobstructed line. Every obstacle encountered is not perceived as a signal to cease effort, but as a challenge to be met with renewed vigor, enhanced creativity, and refined strategy. With each persistent effort, the perceived gap between current aspiration and ultimate reality inexorably narrows, and the unseen forces of universal law align ever more closely with your focused intention. Both expectancy and persistency share a common, potent source, an internal conviction, a core tenet of financial education, that success is not a matter of luck or arbitrary fate, but of immutable law diligently applied. They teach you that every moment of diligent, focused action reinforces the natural order of cause and effect. Every determined step forward adds crucial momentum to the accumulation of wealth and the realization of your investment strategies. As you consciously develop these twin qualities, you begin to observe the subtle yet profound interplay between your dominant mental state and the unfolding circumstances of your external world. Your consistent expectancy of success sets in motion a powerful chain reaction, a series of cause and effect relationships that gradually, yet inevitably, build into tangible progress and measurable results. It is a dynamic, self-reinforcing process where faith in the ultimate positive outcome compels you to sustain your efforts, and each small victory, no matter how seemingly insignificant it may appear at first, serves to bolster your resolve and amplify your expectancy still further. The practice of persistency involves cultivating habits that reinforce your belief in eventual financial success. It is the art of making each day a deliberate, focused exercise in building your desired future, regardless of the immediate obstacles. There is a quiet, formidable strength in steady, persistent effort, a quality that clearly distinguishes the mere dreamers from the dedicated doers, the achievers of money mastery. Persistency is not simply a blind repetition of the same actions. It is a continuous refinement of your approach, informed by experience, reflection, and an unwavering commitment to your money principles. It involves learning to view each setback not as a failure, but as an essential component of progress, a necessary trial that refines your strategies, strengthens your character, and ultimately accelerates your journey towards financial freedom. Chapter 8. The role of a constructive mental attitude. Constructive mental attitude, shaping your financial reality. A constructive mental attitude is the silent, often unacknowledged, yet profoundly powerful architect of all enduring financial achievement and wealth creation. It is the underlying, invisible framework upon which all acts of will, expectancy, and persistency are built and sustained. Your dominant money mindset is not a transient state, fluctuating with whimsy. It is a constant, influential force that subtly yet powerfully shapes every decision you make, every interaction you have, and every opportunity you perceive, or fail to perceive, on your journey towards economic success. In consciously cultivating this attitude, you learn to view challenges not as insurmountable obstacles or reasons for despair, but as invaluable opportunities for growth, learning, and ingenious reinvention in your pursuit of financial freedom. Imagine your mind as a vast, fertile landscape where every thought, every belief, and every emotion actively shapes the terrain. A positive, constructive mental attitude diligently lays the groundwork for a rich and fertile field. A mental environment where innovative ideas for wealth building can readily take root, receive nourishment, and flourish into tangible, abundant results. This internal field is meticulously nurtured through the deliberate cultivation of optimism, grounded in realism, resilience in the face of adversity, and unwavering clarity of purpose. It is this same clarity that enables you to discern accurately between mere wishful thinking or vague hope and the purposeful, strategic actions that forge a clear, definitive path toward financial independence and money mastery. This understanding is a crucial part of financial education and effective money management. A constructive mental attitude is forged and tempered through unwavering self-discipline and deliberate, consistent reflection. It requires you to actively, consciously counter negative influences, both the insidious internal doubts that whisper of limitation and the often loud external criticisms that can cloud your vision and dampen your spirit. By systematically challenging these detrimental influences with potent affirmations of your capability, your worthiness, and your definite purpose, You create a resilient buffer against the pervasive, often contagious forces of skepticism, cynicism, and defeatism. This ongoing daily process of mental renewal and fortification is akin to the regular, meticulous maintenance of a high-performance engine. It keeps your internal system running smoothly, efficiently, and powerfully, always ready to convert latent potential energy into kinetic achievement and impactful investment strategies. Within this internal realm of thought, every belief you hold, every expectation you entertain, and every action you contemplate is intricately interconnected. A mind that habitually nurtures a positive, solution-oriented outlook naturally gravitates towards identifying and implementing solutions and intuitively perceives the inherent value, the lesson, or the opportunity concealed within every experience, including apparent setbacks. It is this proactive wealth mindset that transforms adversity into stepping stones. For instance, when confronted with a sudden, unexpected obstacle or a market downturn, a constructive mental attitude prompts you to ask empowering questions like, "What can I learn from this? How can this challenge make me stronger or wiser? What hidden opportunity might this situation contain?" Rather than succumbing to despair or blame. Each such inquiry strengthens your resolve, sharpens your capacity for innovation, and leads to decisions that are both thoughtful and effective. In realizing your money principles. Chapter 9. Intelligent Action. Intelligent Action. Smart Moves for Money Management. In the committed pursuit of wealth and financial freedom, intelligent action is the indispensable bridge that spans the often vast chasm between inspired thought and tangible achievement. Within the realm of financial success, even the most profound ideas, the most robust money principles, and the most powerful inner forces remain dormant, inert potential, unless they are purposefully activated and consistently expressed through deliberate, focused, and strategically sound effort. It is patently insufficient to merely envision prosperity or to feel the nascent stirring of inner forces like ambition or desire. The true alchemy of wealth creation, the core of money mastery, lies in the practical, methodical transformation of those visions, aspirations, and principles into concrete reality through calculated, purposeful, intelligent action. This is a cornerstone of effective money management and financial education. Consider the intricate process of a master craftsman at his workbench. He does not simply possess an abstract knowledge of his trade, nor merely the fleeting inspiration to create beauty or utility. He acts upon his knowledge and inspiration with unwavering precision, profound care, and focused intention. Each deliberate chisel stroke, every meticulously measured cut, each carefully chosen material is a direct, tangible expression of his deep understanding, his cultivated skill, and his unwavering commitment to excellence. Similarly, in the context of economic success and wealth building, intelligent action involves not just acting, but acting wisely, judiciously, combining the clarity of well-reasoned thought with the unwavering discipline of consistent execution. When your actions are consistently guided by sound reason, informed by accurate knowledge, and aligned with your definite purpose, they harmonize perfectly with the universal laws of money that govern success, effectively transforming latent, potential energy into the irresistible momentum of escalating achievement and favorable investment strategies. The very essence of intelligent action is the conscious, deliberate selection and prioritization of tasks and endeavors that directly and significantly contribute to your overarching financial goals and your journey toward financial independence. It necessitates the cultivated ability to discern accurately which efforts from a myriad of possibilities will yield the most significant and sustainable returns, and the courageous discipline to focus relentlessly on those high-impact pursuits. In a world teeming with endless distractions, countless diversions, and the constant allure of less important, though perhaps more immediately gratifying activities, the art of strategic prioritization becomes absolutely paramount. Intelligent action is, therefore, a profound exercise in self-mastery, knowing precisely when to act, how to act with maximum effectiveness, and, equally importantly, when to strategically hold back or refrain from action so that every move you make, every resource you deploy, is a calculated step in the precise direction of your ultimate aspirations. One must deeply understand that not all actions are created equal in their impact or efficacy. Random, hasty, or ill-considered actions, no matter how energetically pursued, often lead to scattered, diluted results and tragically wasted opportunities, hindering your progress toward a robust wealth mindset. Instead, intelligent action demands that you first meticulously analyze your current situation, accurately assess your available resources, time, capital, skills, network, and then determine the most effective, efficient strategy to achieve your clearly defined goals. It is a dynamic process that involves both rigorous critical thinking and innovative creative problem-solving, a powerful fusion of the analytical and the imaginative. By systematically examining past experiences, diligently learning from both successes and failures, and adaptively refining your approach accordingly, you progressively enhance your ability to act with increasing precision, foresight, and impact. Chapter 10. Opening the Way for Abundance. Opening the Way for Abundance. Clearing Paths to Wealth. In the diligent pursuit of wealth creation and financial freedom, there exists a profound money principle that calls for the conscious, active creation of clear pathways through which prosperity, opportunity, and money may flow unimpeded into your life. This chapter, Opening the Way for Abundance, shifts our focus from purely internal forces and deliberate individual actions to the crucial practical process of constructing and maintaining channels that allow the concentrated energy of your efforts to materialize into tangible financial success and a flourishing wealth mindset. This is not a passive waiting for luck to strike or for economic success to simply happen. Rather, it is an assertive, creative, and ongoing act of systematically identifying and removing obstacles, both internal and external, and strategically. Constructing clear, inviting corridors that actively invite and accommodate the influx of abundance. This is essential for money mastery and robust money management. Picture a vibrant, life-giving stream whose natural course has become obstructed by fallen branches, accumulated silt, and dense debris. Although the water's intrinsic potential to nourish the downstream land and foster growth is immense, the formidable barrier prevents its full, vital force from reaching the fields below, which consequently remain barren or undernourished. Similarly, your brilliant ideas, your indomitable willpower, your persistent, intelligent efforts, and your well-considered investment strategies are all potent sources of creative energy. However, like the stream, they require a clear, unobstructed path to translate their potential into actual, realized wealth and financial independence. To open the way for abundance is to actively, mindfully dismantle the barriers, be they mental, emotional, habitual, or systemic, that restrict this vital flow. It involves a thorough, honest evaluation of your current methods, a courageous identification of the limiting beliefs or outdated habits that stifle progress, and the making of decisive, strategic adjustments that ensure your actions and your environment align harmoniously with the dynamic, ever-present rhythm of opportunity and the universal laws of money. This proactive approach is a cornerstone of effective financial education. The act of opening the way for abundance commences with a mindful, meticulous assessment of your present circumstances. Look closely and objectively at your immediate environment, your professional network, the systems you operate within, and the resources currently at your disposal. What specific factors, internal or external, are hindering the free, smooth movement of your creative and productive energy towards wealth building? These obstacles might manifest as outdated business strategies, pervasive internal fears of failure, of success, of judgment, inefficient operational systems, or even relationships that are resistant to positive change and growth. Recognizing these impediments with clarity and honesty is the crucial first step toward dismantling them. With a clear vision of what must be cleared, realigned, or removed, you can then effectively mobilize your inner force, your intellectual acumen, and your practical skills to modify your approach, ensuring that every decision made, every action taken, is a conscious act of creating a smoother, wider, more welcoming channel for progress and prosperity. Once these obstacles are clearly identified, the process of opening the way for abundance becomes an engaging exercise in strategic planning and creative problem-solving. Much like a skilled engineer meticulously designing an efficient conduit for water, you must determine the most effective, least resistant route for your efforts to reach their intended destination, your financial goals. This planning involves setting clear, achievable, intermediate objectives that, when attained, progressively expand the pathway for further success. Each small breakthrough, each minor obstacle overcome, reinforces the tangible reality that the channel is indeed widening, and every incremental step forward contributes to a larger, more accessible, and more inviting route toward the abundance you seek. This is how you attract money, by creating the conditions for it to flow to you. Chapter 11. The principle of value and merit, the true worth that attracts money. In the relentless yet rewarding pursuit of financial achievement and sustainable wealth creation, one inevitably discovers a profound truth. Lasting. Wealth is not merely an accidental byproduct of effort or luck. It is the direct, logical, and proportionate consequence of the genuine value one consistently creates and offers, and the recognized merit of one's endeavors. Value and merit are inextricably intertwined, each amplifying and reinforcing the other. When you commit to providing authentic, discernible worth in every act, every transaction, and every interaction, you establish an unshakable foundation upon which enduring economic success and financial freedom are built. This is not a matter of superficial exchange or clever marketing, but of diligently cultivating an inner richness of skill, character, and purpose that reflects authentically in every outward action and contribution. This understanding is central to money mastery and effective money management. At the core of this potent money principle lies the understanding that value is measured not only by tangible output, the quality of a product, the efficiency of a service, but also by the intangible, yet equally crucial qualities of integrity, originality, relevance, and the positive impact on others. It is insufficient to simply engage in activity, however busy. The activity must resonate with a clear sense of purpose and provide a solution or fulfillment that others can perceive, appreciate, and are willing to exchange for. When you dedicate yourself to offering something of real, demonstrable worth, whether it be innovative ideas that solve pressing problems, a service executed with unparalleled excellence and care, or a product that genuinely enhances the lives of its users, you set in motion a powerful dynamic that naturally attracts prosperity and facilitates wealth building. The merit of your work, once recognized and validated by the marketplace, which is simply a collection of other individuals, becomes a self-reinforcing cycle. Your contribution gains stature and value in the eyes of those who matter: clients, customers, partners, employers, and in return you are rewarded commensurately, often in ways that transcend mere money, including reputation, trust, and further opportunities. This is a key insight in any sound financial education. The creation of genuine value begins deep within the realm of thought and intention. It is there, in the crucible of the mind, that novel ideas are born, existing concepts are refined, and solutions are conceived. It is through disciplined analysis, creative synthesis, and persistent refinement that these nascent ideas acquire substance, practicality, and ultimately, market value. The individual who earnestly seeks financial independence and economic success must be willing to invest consistently in self-improvement, continuous learning, and the relentless honing of their skills, thereby deepening their understanding of the world, their chosen field, and the evolving needs of others. In doing so, they not only enhance their own intrinsic capacities, but also significantly elevate the quality and impact of the contributions they can offer. This ongoing process of internal enrichment and skill development is essential, for it transforms mere labor or activity into a meaningful, valuable expression of unique talent, cultivated passion, and purposeful intent. Merit, on the other hand, is the external world's recognition and acknowledgement of that cultivated value. It is the marketplace's stamp of approval, signifying that you possess a unique capability, an insightful perspective, or a superior offering that can drive progress, solve problems, or create wealth. This recognition is not automatically granted or easily obtained. It is diligently earned through persistent, intelligent action, a steadfast commitment to excellence in all endeavors, and a consistent delivery of promised value. Every effort you make, every project you undertake, must be geared towards clearly, demonstrating the inherent worth of your ideas and the superior quality of your execution. When you approach your work with an unwavering focus on building genuine merit, you signal to the universe and to the marketplace that you are not merely participating in the exchange of goods and services. You are actively shaping it, elevating its standards, and contributing to its overall value. This approach invariably leads to better investment strategies as you learn to identify true value in others as well. Chapter 12. The Art of Capital Investment. The Art of Capital Investment. Smart Investment Strategies. Capital is far more than merely the sum of money one accumulates. It is the vital, life-giving resource that, when employed with profound wisdom and strategic foresight, multiplies the efficacy of your inner force, accelerates your wealth creation efforts, and propels you towards financial freedom. Investment, in its truest and most potent sense, is an intricate art form, the deliberate, judicious placement of your resources, which include not only money but also time, energy, and intellect, into ventures that not only promise a financial return, but also amplify your capacity for future achievement and expand your sphere of influence. The art of capital investment calls for a harmonious blend of keen analytical precision and expansive creative vision, a dynamic fusion of disciplined intellect and cultivated instinct that transforms even modest beginnings into a flourishing, self-sustaining reservoir of wealth. This understanding is crucial for money mastery and achieving economic success. In the intricate realm of financial success, capital functions as a powerful catalyst, an accelerant. It is the tangible medium through which your innovative ideas, your definite purpose, and your determined efforts are given concrete expression and scalable impact. When wisely invested, even a relatively small sum of capital becomes the potent seed from which vast, enduring prosperity can sprout and flourish. This transformative process, however, is not automatic or guaranteed. It requires a highly disciplined, strategic approach to money management and investment strategies. Like a skilled horticulturist who meticulously selects the most fertile soil, chooses the highest quality seeds, and diligently nurtures each nascent plant, the astute investor must evaluate opportunities with a discerning, critical eye, ensuring that each investment aligns seamlessly with both immediate financial needs and overarching long-term vision. This principle of strategic allocation is a cornerstone of financial education and essential for wealth building. The intricate process of investing demands an honest, rigorous appraisal of both potential risk and potential reward. It is absolutely essential to understand that every venture, every investment, carries with it a certain inherent degree of uncertainty and potential for loss. Yet it is precisely within this landscape of uncertainty that the opportunity to harness the law of money related to cause and effect resides. Each deliberate allocation of capital is a distinct cause, setting in motion a complex series of actions and reactions that, if properly managed and strategically guided, will yield the desired effect: growth, profit, and increased financial independence. Intelligent investment is therefore not a reckless gamble based on blind chance or fleeting hope, but a calculated, persistent effort to channel your valuable resources where they will generate the greatest positive impact and the most sustainable returns. A critical, often overlooked element in the art of capital investment is strategic diversification. Just as a master sculptor avoids concentrating all their effort on a single, unproven block of stone, instead working with various materials to create a multifaceted body of art, so too must you strategically spread your capital across a carefully selected range of endeavors. This prudent approach not only mitigates the inherent risk associated with any single investment, but also opens multiple, diverse channels for wealth to flow consistently into your domain. Diversification allows you to benefit from the dynamic interplay of different industries, varied market conditions, and diverse investment strategies, each acting as a reinforcing agent that supports and strengthens your overall financial structure, leading to a more resilient wealth mindset. Chapter 13: The Strategy of Financial Autonomy. Financial autonomy: mastering your financial independence. Financial autonomy is the profound realization of one's complete self-reliance and sovereignty in the intricate realm of wealth creation and money management. It signifies a state where external dependencies on employers, on specific market conditions, on singular income sources, progressively diminish as the consistent fruits of your own labor, insight, and strategic investment strategies become the primary, sustainable source of your prosperity. This chapter meticulously examines the multifaceted strategies that empower an individual to secure enduring financial independence from the often capricious forces that bind many to external dictates and limitations. It is an earnest invitation to take full conscious command of your financial destiny through disciplined planning, creative execution, unwavering persistency, and a steadfast, unshakable belief in the inherent potency of self-determination and the cultivation of a robust wealth mindset. This is the essence of money mastery. Imagine the life and work of an independent master artisan, one who not only crafts their own specialized tools, but also meticulously designs and refines their own unique methods of production, thereby controlling the entire creative and economic process from inception to fruition. In a remarkably similar fashion, achieving genuine financial autonomy necessitates the conscious construction of a personal financial framework that is inherently resilient, adaptable, and capable of withstanding the unpredictable fluctuations of global markets and the often oppressive or limiting conditions imposed by external systems or entities. This robust framework is meticulously built upon a solid, honest understanding of one's own innate strengths and acquired skills, a crystal-clear mapping of future financial goals, both short-term and long-term, and the continuous, dedicated cultivation of abilities and knowledge that add tangible, demonstrable value to one's endeavors, thereby enhancing your economic success. This commitment to lifelong learning is a cornerstone of financial education. Central to this empowering strategy is the pivotal concept of consistent self-investment. True financial autonomy does not arise from passively waiting for fortune to inexplicably favor you, nor from relying on external bailouts or windfalls. Instead, it is actively forged by deliberately harnessing your available resources, be they mental acuity, physical energy, accumulated capital, or your network of contacts, to create an internal and external environment where success is not merely a distant aspiration, but an inevitable, logical outcome of your sustained efforts. Invest judiciously in your financial education, relentlessly refine your practical skill sets, and purposefully cultivate a supportive, synergistic network of relationships that both challenge your assumptions and bolster your progress. In doing so, you not only significantly enhance your own intrinsic capacity for achievement and wealth building, but you also contribute to and draw strength from a community of like-minded individuals whose collective dynamism reinforces your journey toward financial independence. A critical, indispensable element in this process is the strategic development of diverse, multiple income streams. Relying solely on a single source of revenue, however lucrative it may seem at present, can leave one dangerously vulnerable to unforeseen external disturbances, industry shifts, economic downturns, or personal emergencies. Instead, proactively seek to create a diversified portfolio of income-generating ventures, each meticulously designed to contribute its own steady, reliable flow of resources. Whether through entrepreneurial pursuits, strategic partnerships, astute investment strategies like passive income ventures, or the creation of intellectual property, intentionally diversify your approaches to wealth creation so that the failure or temporary fluctuation of one channel does not compromise the stability and integrity of your entire financial edifice. This multifaceted strategy acts as both a protective buffer against adversity and a powerful accelerator for growth, ensuring that your overall financial health is sustained while simultaneously opening new, often unexpected avenues for expansion and increased money flow. Chapter 14. Navigating Risk and Opportunity. Navigating risk and opportunity in wealth building. In the dynamic and often challenging realm of financial endeavor, risk and opportunity are inseparable, conjoined companions. They are not inherent adversaries to be pitted against each other, but rather two distinct yet complementary facets of the same universal coin, fundamental elements that, when properly understood, astutely managed, and courageously harnessed, become powerful, indispensable tools for sustainable wealth creation and accelerated growth. The path to financial freedom and economic success is seldom, if ever, entirely free of uncertainty or potential peril. Rather, it is often defined by the cultivated courage to intelligently embrace calculated risk and the profound wisdom to consistently transform that risk into tangible, rewarding opportunity. This nuanced understanding is key to money mastery and effective money management. Risk, in its most fundamental essence, is the conscious willingness to step boldly into the unknown, armed not with recklessness, but with clear, definite purpose, meticulous preparation, and a resilient wealth mindset. It is the sober recognition that every significant venture, every ambitious investment strategy inherently carries with it certain unavoidable uncertainties, and that the potential for failure, or at least for outcomes different from those anticipated, is as real and present as the enticing possibility of success. The prudent, financially educated individual does not shy away from risk out of fear, nor do they blindly court it. Instead, they learn to evaluate it with a calm, clear, analytical mind, meticulously weighing its potential dangers and downsides against the substantial rewards and growth it might bring if successfully navigated. Such evaluation is not merely an act of cold, detached calculation. It is a sophisticated art form that demands both rigorous analytical skill and finely honed intuitive insight. One must cultivate the ability to accurately read the subtle, often nuanced signals of the market, to discern underlying trends from superficial noise, and to determine with increasing accuracy when a particular risk is a justifiable component of a larger wealth-building strategy, and when it is merely a dangerous distraction from the true course of progress towards financial independence. Opportunity, on the other hand, frequently and perhaps paradoxically, hides behind the often intimidating veil of uncertainty and perceived risk. It is the latent potential that lies dormant, often unseen, until a calculated risk is courageously taken and the comfortable boundaries of the familiar are deliberately transcended. Every significant breakthrough in the history of enterprise, every major leap in wealth creation has emerged from a pivotal moment when someone, an entrepreneur, an investor, an innovator, chose to invest their resources, time, money, reputation, in the uncharted, to see beyond the immediate, apparent hazards, and to believe steadfastly in the possibility of a better, more abundant future. The individual who successfully navigates the complex interplay of risk and opportunity does so by maintaining a vigilant, discerning eye for these emergent openings, understanding deeply that the very factors that make a venture seem risky can also be the precise catalysts for its extraordinary success. A critical aspect of this dynamic interplay is achieving and maintaining a delicate yet robust balance between boldness and prudence. Intelligent risk-taking is never a reckless, impulsive leap into chaos. It is a disciplined, strategic exercise in meticulous planning and thorough due diligence. Before engaging in any venture of consequence, one must diligently gather all available, relevant information, carefully analyze prevailing trends and potential future scenarios, and soberly consider the full spectrum of potential outcomes with a rational, objective mind. This preparatory work, a hallmark of sound financial education, forms the unshakable bedrock of effective decision-making, transforming raw, undifferentiated uncertainty into strategically calculated, manageable opportunity. With every risk that is methodically evaluated and intelligently engaged, the probability of success increases, and the invaluable lessons learned from occasional missteps or failures serve as crucial stepping stones toward a more refined, resilient, and ultimately more profitable strategy. This adaptive learning process is essential for achieving money mastery. Chapter 15. The Dynamic Cycle of Reinvestment. The dynamic cycle of reinvestment, growing your money. Reinvestment is the vital, often underappreciated yet profoundly powerful process by which every dollar earned, every profit realized becomes a potent seed for future wealth creation and amplified financial freedom. It is the sophisticated art of taking the hard-won fruits of your labor, your profits, your dividends, your surplus income, and strategically channeling them back into ventures, assets, or skill enhancements that methodically multiply your resources and expand your capacity for generating even greater wealth. In the ongoing pursuit of economic success and money mastery, reinvestment is not simply a passive matter of saving or accumulating capital. It is a dynamic, strategic, and continual process that transforms short-term gains and fleeting profits into lasting, sustainable prosperity and robust financial independence. This is a cornerstone of smart money management and effective wealth building, Consider the diligent, far-sighted process of tending a productive orchard. A careful, wise gardener does not merely harvest a portion of the season's yield for immediate consumption and then allow the rest of the orchard to languish or the remaining seeds to go unused. Instead, a significant portion of the best fruit is always meticulously set aside, its seeds preserved and nurtured to become the foundation for the next planting cycle, ensuring the orchard's continued vitality, expansion, and increasing abundance over time. In financial terms, reinvestment is precisely that crucial act of deliberately allocating a substantial part of your earnings, not just to cover current expenses or indulge in fleeting pleasures, but into new or existing opportunities, be they businesses, stocks, real estate, or further financial education, that ensure the consistent growth of your capital base and the expansion of your income-generating potential. This dynamic cycle of reinvestment requires not only unwavering discipline and astute foresight, but also a cultivated willingness to adapt your investment strategies to evolving market conditions and emerging opportunities. In a competitive, ever-changing economic landscape, this adaptability is paramount. When approaching reinvestment, one must first rigorously analyze the outcomes and performance of previous endeavors and investments. The lessons learned, both from resounding successes and from disappointing setbacks or outright failures, are invaluable in refining your future strategies and improving your decision-making prowess. It is absolutely essential to understand precisely which investments have yielded positive, sustainable returns, which ones have underperformed and why, and which ones, even if unprofitable, have taught you critical lessons about market behavior, industry dynamics, or effective risk management. Through such thoughtful, honest reflection and meticulous analysis, you continuously calibrate and enhance your approach, ensuring that every reinvested dollar is directed with increasing precision towards ventures that align seamlessly with your overarching financial goals and your core money principles. The dynamic cycle of reinvestment is perpetually driven by a crucial dual focus: diligently preserving the capital you have already painstakingly accumulated while simultaneously, and often aggressively, seeking robust, sustainable growth. On one hand, it demands that you safeguard the assets you have worked so hard to build, avoiding reckless speculation or undue exposure to unmanageable risk. On the other hand, it calls for the courage, vision, and strategic acumen to venture into new, carefully researched areas that promise greater returns and opportunities for expansion. This delicate yet essential balance is often best achieved by strategically diversifying your reinvestments, allocating your revitalized resources across a thoughtfully selected array of opportunities. These might include expanding a successful existing business, launching new complementary product lines, investing in innovative technologies that offer a competitive edge, acquiring income-producing assets, or strategically entering established markets that continue to demonstrate consistent growth potential. Such diversification not only minimizes the inherent risks associated with concentrating all your capital in a single investment, but also creates multiple resilient streams of income and growth that support and reinforce one another, contributing to a stronger wealth mindset. This is how you attract money on an ongoing basis, by making your existing money work harder for you. Chapter 16: Innovation and Adaptation in Pursuit of Wealth. Innovation and adaptation, evolving your wealth strategies. In the relentless and ever-evolving pursuit of wealth creation and financial freedom, innovation is not merely an isolated spark of isolated genius, nor a random occurrence of good fortune. Instead, it is a natural, logical evolution of thoughtful, persistent progress, a vital, dynamic force that works in powerful tandem with time-tested, immutable money principles to propel individuals and enterprises towards enduring economic success. Within the complex, multifaceted landscape of wealth building and money mastery, the cultivated willingness to enthusiastically embrace new ideas, to challenge conventional wisdom, and to skillfully adapt proven strategies to one's own unique circumstances and the prevailing market conditions is every bit as crucial as faithfully adhering to the established laws of money that govern success. This chapter meticulously examines how the intelligent, strategic integration of innovative thinking with the accumulated wisdom of experience creates a dynamic, fertile environment where opportunity flourishes and financial independence becomes increasingly attainable. This continuous learning and adjustment is a hallmark of sound financial education and effective money management. Consider the evolving craft of a seasoned master artisan. Such an individual has typically invested years, even decades, in mastering traditional techniques, honing their skills to a level of exquisite proficiency. Yet the truly successful artisan in a changing world is not rigidly bound by the past. They are also open to, and often actively seek out, modern tools, new materials, and innovative methods that can enhance their craft, improve their efficiency, or open up new markets for their creations, all while preserving the core integrity of their art. In the realm of finance and wealth creation, the analogous figure is one who deeply understands and respects the fundamental money principles, the inner force, the law of reciprocity, the power of definite purpose, and so forth, yet is not afraid to incorporate cutting-edge investment strategies, new technological platforms, or novel business models into their operations. Innovation, therefore, is the deliberate, conscious act of persistently questioning the status quo, courageously exploring novel approaches, and strategically adapting existing strategies to meet the evolving challenges and seize the emerging opportunities of a rapidly changing globalized world. It is the cultivated readiness to intelligently leave behind outdated practices, however comfortable or familiar they may have become, and to courageously experiment with new ideas that resonate with the forward-moving spirit of progress and a proactive wealth mindset. At the very heart of sustainable innovation lies a profound respect for tradition, for the accumulated wisdom of the past, coupled with an insatiable hunger for improvement, for finding better, faster, more efficient, or more impactful ways to achieve desired outcomes. The individual who genuinely aspires to significant financial success must first recognize and deeply internalize the intrinsic value in the established laws of money. These timeless principles provide the sturdy, unshakable foundation upon which new, innovative ideas can be safely and effectively built and tested. With this essential grounding, innovation ceases to be a reckless gamble or a complete rejection of what has come before. Instead, it becomes a sophisticated process of strategic enhancement, a powerful symbiosis where modern techniques, emerging technologies, creative problem-solving methodologies, and fresh perspectives merge seamlessly with time-honored wisdom and proven principles. This fusion creates strategies for wealth building that are both robustly grounded and remarkably responsive to change. Adaptation is the practical, tangible expression of innovation in the financial arena. The economic environment is in a state of constant, often accelerating flux. Markets shift in response to myriad global events. Consumer behaviors and preferences evolve with demographic and cultural changes, and disruptive technological breakthroughs redefine entire industries, sometimes seemingly overnight. The capacity to skillfully and swiftly adapt, therefore, becomes a critical, non-negotiable asset for anyone seeking not just to survive, but to thrive and achieve money mastery. Adaptation involves not only the willingness to modify your tactics, and operational methods, but also the crucial foresight to anticipate impending changes and proactively position yourself to benefit from them. This requires an unwavering commitment to continuous learning, a genuine openness to constructive feedback, even when it is challenging to hear, and a nimble readiness to recalibrate your approach whenever the indicators of progress or lack thereof suggest that a new path may be more fruitful or that existing investment strategies need adjustment. Each strategic adjustment made in intelligent response to emerging trends or changing market dynamics is a testament to the adaptive mind, one that consistently turns challenges into stepping stones for advancement and greater financial independence. Chapter 17. The Strength of Strategic Alliances. Strategic alliances, collaborating for economic success. Strategic alliances form the resilient, often indispensable backbone of a well-rounded, robust approach to achieving significant financial prosperity and sustainable wealth creation. In the intricate, interconnected dance of economic success, no individual, however talented or driven, truly exists or thrives in complete isolation. Just as the finest, most complex machinery relies utterly on the seamless, harmonious interaction of its myriad individual parts to function optimally, so too is financial achievement frequently amplified, accelerated, and secured through the conscious, deliberate creation of mutually beneficial relationships and strategic alliances. By thoughtfully forging alliances with those individuals, organizations, or entities whose visions, values, and capabilities align with or complement your own, you unlock powerful synergies that can propel your endeavors towards financial freedom to far greater heights than could ever be reached through solitary effort alone. This understanding is key to money mastery and expanding your wealth mindset. At the very heart of this potent money principle lies the profound understanding that genuine collaboration is not a sign of weakness or insufficiency, but rather a profound source of amplified strength, expanded reach, and enhanced resilience. When you purposefully extend your network to include individuals of high caliber, mentors who offer financial wisdom, peers who provide support and constructive challenge, complementary businesses that offer synergistic opportunities, and even enlightened competitors who share a commitment to industry excellence and ethical conduct, you actively create a dynamic, thriving ecosystem. Each thoughtfully cultivated connection within this ecosystem offers a unique, valuable reservoir of fresh ideas, specialized expertise, diverse perspectives, and accessible resources. These strategic alliances, much like the tributaries feeding a mighty river, act as vital channels through which crucial knowledge flows freely. Innovative investment strategies are co-developed and new opportunities multiply, ensuring that the reach and impact of your influence are far greater, more profound, and more sustainable than they could ever be in solitude. This collaborative approach is a vital component of any advanced financial education. Consider the illustrative image of a meticulously tended, flourishing orchard. Each individual tree, while inherently capable of bearing fruit on its own, thrives best, produces more abundantly, and exhibits greater resilience when planted in community with others. Their branches may intertwine, offering mutual support against strong winds. Their root systems can interlock, sharing nutrients and stabilizing the soil. And together, they create a microenvironment, a synergistic ecosystem, in which every element, every tree, flourishes to its maximum potential, contributing to the overall wealth building of the orchard. In the world of finance, business, and money management, strategic alliances work in a remarkably similar fashion. They empower you to effectively leverage collective strengths, to intelligently overcome individual limitations or blind spots, and to approach the complex, ever-changing marketplace with a more comprehensive, formidable array of tools, insights, and resources. The judicious formation of these pivotal alliances requires keen discernment, strategic foresight, and an unwavering commitment to shared values and mutual benefit. It is absolutely essential to seek out and cultivate partnerships with those who not only possess complementary skills, resources, or market access, but also exhibit the same unwavering dedication to intelligent action, ethical conduct, and the pursuit of excellence. When all parties approach the relationship as a genuine partnership of equals, each contributing unique strengths, sharing risks and rewards transparently, and genuinely benefiting from the association, the alliance transforms into a powerful, self-sustaining engine for exponential growth and accelerated economic success. The mutual reinforcement of capabilities within such an alliance not only significantly enhances your collective capacity to seize emerging opportunities, but also builds profound resilience in the face of market volatility, economic downturns, or unforeseen challenges on the path to financial independence. This is a proactive way to attract money and resources through collaborative effort. Chapter 18, The Discipline of Self-Mastery. The Discipline of Self-Mastery, Commanding Your Finances. Self-mastery is the silent, often invisible, yet utterly foundational architect of all enduring financial success and profound wealth creation. It is that unwavering internal discipline that ensures every thought entertained, every emotion experienced, every word spoken, and every action undertaken is meticulously honed, consciously chosen, and purposefully directed in steadfast service of a greater, clearly defined purpose, your definite purpose for achieving financial freedom. In the dedicated pursuit of wealth and money mastery, self-mastery means taking complete, sovereign command of your mind, your emotions, and your physical energies, so that your precious inner force and your focused drive are never squandered by fleeting distractions, unmanaged impulses, or debilitating negative habits. This profound discipline is not a rigid, joyless imposition of restrictive rules, but rather a dynamic, lifelong process of continual self-cultivation, conscious adjustment, and an unwavering, conscious effort to align your daily habits, your choices, and your responses with your highest financial aspirations and core money principles. This is the pinnacle of personal financial education. Picture a master craftsman, perhaps a skilled watchmaker or a virtuoso musician, whose every movement is precise, deliberate, and imbued with years of practiced refinement, whose tools, whether physical instruments or mental faculties, are perfectly attuned extensions of their own focused resolve and unwavering intention. In financial terms, to achieve economic success, you must aspire to become such a craftsman of your own life and financial destiny, meticulously fine-tuning your decisions with exacting precision, cultivating profound patience, and consistently applying your energies with strategic intent. Self-mastery involves the ongoing, often challenging, yet ultimately rewarding discipline of transforming raw, undirected potential into highly refined, effective action. It is the methodical process of establishing and adhering to routines and rituals that consistently reinforce your commitment to growth and wealth building, of consciously setting aside dedicated moments each day to reflect on your progress, identify areas for improvement, and recalibrate your strategies, and of rigorously, often ruthlessly, eliminating habits, associations, or thought patterns that dilute your focus, drain your energy, or impede your progress towards financial independence. When you consistently exercise this profound self-discipline, you are not merely controlling random impulses. You are actively, consciously, and powerfully shaping your destiny, brick by deliberate brick, action by intelligent action, towards a more prosperous wealth mindset. This essential discipline requires an intimate, honest understanding of the self, a clear-eyed, unflinching appraisal of both your inherent strengths and your acquired vulnerabilities. Often, the most promising seeds of success are tragically undermined by insidious internal saboteurs, like procrastination, crippling self-doubt, fear of failure, or even fear of success, or an overindulgence in temporary comforts and fleeting gratifications that detract from long-term money management goals. Self-mastery calls for a stark, courageous honesty with oneself, to acknowledge these weaknesses not as permanent character flaws, but as patterns of thought and behavior that can be understood, addressed, and ultimately transformed into stepping stones for growth, rather than remaining as stumbling blocks to achievement. It is a conscious daily decision to place long-term objectives and enduring money principles above momentary desires or immediate gratifications, to persist with unwavering determination even when the immediate rewards seem distant or elusive, to choose the harder right over the easier wrong. In the demanding realm of wealth creation and sophisticated investment strategies, every significant decision you make is a direct test of your self-discipline. The daily act of prudent budgeting and meticulous money management, the careful, dispassionate evaluation of complex investment opportunities, the consistent, diligent pursuit of new knowledge and skills, and the disciplined management of your time and energy, all are direct reflections of a mind cultivated in self-mastery. By committing wholeheartedly to continuous self-improvement and the relentless refinement of your character and habits, you steadily build a vast reservoir of mental, emotional, and spiritual strength that fuels persistent, focused progress towards your financial goals. This internal reservoir is replenished and expanded not only by your victories and successes, but also, perhaps even more profoundly, by the hard-won lessons gleaned from setbacks, mistakes, and challenges overcome. Each experience, whether perceived as triumphant or trying, contributes to a more refined understanding of your own potential, a greater capacity for measured, intelligent action, and a deeper embodiment of money mastery. Chapter 19. The Pursuit of Knowledge as the Cornerstone of Wealth. Knowledge as Cornerstone, Financial Education for Life. Knowledge, diligently pursued and intelligently applied, is the quiet yet formidable force that continuously transforms latent potential into tangible financial success and sustainable wealth creation. In the intricate, ever-evolving dance of financial achievement and money mastery, learning is not a mere optional accessory or a one-time event. It is the vital, driving energy that consistently refines every action, informs every decision, and sharpens every strategy. As you diligently tread the pathway toward financial freedom and economic success, the constant, unwavering pursuit of knowledge becomes your most reliable, indispensable companion, continually sharpening your insights, broadening your perspectives, and illuminating the often hidden, yet highly lucrative corridors of opportunity. This commitment to lifelong financial education is fundamental to developing a robust wealth mindset. Envision the human mind as a vast, expandable reservoir, one that deepens and broadens with every new lesson learned, every fresh insight gained, and every significant experience embraced and reflected upon. Just as life-giving water nourishes arid land, transforming it into a fertile oasis, so too does knowledge nurture your innate ability to accurately perceive and skillfully navigate the subtle, complex dynamics of the financial world. It empowers you to confidently decode intricate market signals, to recognize emerging trends and disruptive innovations often before they become mainstream, and to effectively harness the underlying, immutable money principles and laws of money that govern your sustainable success. Every piece of relevant information you acquire, every new skill you master, every profound insight you internalize, contributes directly to a growing, increasingly potent arsenal of strategies, tools, and perspectives that fortify your endeavors and accelerate your wealth-building journey. In this relentless yet profoundly rewarding pursuit of knowledge, education is by no means confined to formal academic institutions or traditional textbooks. True, impactful learning flourishes in every interaction, every observation, every challenge encountered, and every mistake analyzed along your unique journey towards financial independence. The seasoned entrepreneur who meticulously refines his business model and operational methods through years of hands-on experience and market feedback. The innovative thinker who proactively adapts her investment strategies to rapidly shifting technological paradigms and consumer behaviors. And the determined individual who voraciously reads books, attends seminars, and engages in mastermind groups to deepen their understanding of money management and personal finance. All are united by a common powerful thread: an unwavering commitment to lifelong learning and continuous self-improvement. It is through this dedicated, persistent cycle of study, application, reflection, and refinement that you effectively convert fleeting ideas and raw information into powerful, actionable tools for consistent wealth creation. This transformative process demands both profound humility and considerable courage. Humility, because it requires the honest recognition that no matter how much you have already achieved or how much you currently know, there is always infinitely more to learn and discover. And courage, because it often propels you to venture beyond your intellectual comfort zone, into unfamiliar territories of thought, practice, and potential risk. By courageously embracing the unknown, by seeking out diverse perspectives, and by challenging your own ingrained assumptions, you discover that each new challenge is, in essence, a valuable lesson in disguise, a unique chance to refine your understanding of the universal laws of money that govern success, and to enhance your capacity for intelligent action. In the very act of dedicated learning, you liberate yourself from the restrictive confines of outdated beliefs and self-imposed limitations, thereby opening the door to innovative strategies and paradigm shifts that can fundamentally redefine your financial destiny and lead to money mastery. Investing consistently in knowledge also means being genuinely receptive to the financial wisdom and experience of others. Mentors, trusted peers, industry experts, and even astute competitors can provide a rich wellspring of insights, perspectives, and practical advice that, when properly evaluated and skillfully integrated into your own thinking and planning, can significantly accelerate your growth and mitigate potential pitfalls. Chapter 20. The Law of Compounding Growth. Compounding Growth, the eighth wonder for wealth creation. Within the grand mechanism of wealth creation, there exists a force so potent, yet often so patiently subtle in its early workings, that it has been dubbed the eighth wonder of the world, the law of compounding growth. This is not merely a financial calculation, but a universal money principle that dictates how consistent reinvested gains can, over time, generate exponential returns, transforming modest beginnings into substantial fortunes. Understanding and harnessing this law is pivotal for anyone serious about achieving long-term financial freedom and true money mastery. It is a cornerstone of intelligent investment strategies and sound money management. Imagine planting a single, robust fruit tree. In its initial years, the yield might be modest, perhaps only enough for personal sustenance. But if a portion of that yield, the seeds, are consistently replanted, and the young saplings are nurtured, the orchard gradually expands. Each new tree not only adds to the total harvest, but also provides more seeds for further expansion. Over decades, What began as a single tree can become a vast self-sustaining orchard, producing an abundance far exceeding the initial investment of effort. This is the essence of compounding growth applied to wealth building. The initial returns from your capital or efforts might seem small, but when these returns are systematically reinvested, when profits generate more profits, and those profits are also put to work, the growth curve begins to steepen dramatically. This applies not only to financial investments, but also to the accumulation of knowledge, skills, and strategic relationships, all of which contribute to your economic success and strengthen your wealth mindset. The power of the law of compounding growth lies in its two key ingredients: consistency and time. Sporadic efforts or frequent withdrawals of nascent gains will interrupt the compounding process, much like uprooting young saplings before they can mature. It requires the discipline of self-mastery to maintain a long-term perspective, to resist the temptation of immediate gratification, and to allow the process the necessary time to work its magic. This patience, combined with persistent, intelligent action in reinvesting gains, is what separates fleeting financial wins from enduring financial independence. Furthermore, this law underscores the importance of starting early, no matter how small the initial capital. The longer the runway for compounding, the more dramatic the eventual outcome. However, it is never too late to begin applying this principle. Even a shorter period of disciplined compounding can yield significant results. This financial education in patience and consistent reinvestment is crucial. Those who attract money sustainably understand that wealth is not just made. It is grown, cultivated over time through the relentless application of such powerful money laws. Chapter 21. The Principle of Financial Stewardship. Financial stewardship, responsible money management. As one progresses on the path of wealth creation and towards financial freedom, a profound understanding emerges. The accumulation of money and assets is not merely an end in itself, but carries with it a significant responsibility. The principle of financial stewardship posits that wealth, once acquired, should be managed with wisdom, foresight, and a sense of duty, not just for personal benefit, but with consideration for its broader impact. This principle elevates money management from a mere technical skill to an ethical commitment, shaping a wealth mindset that is both prosperous and principled, leading to sustainable economic success and true money mastery. Financial stewardship begins with the recognition that you are a caretaker, a custodian of the resources that have flowed into your life. Whether these resources are abundant or modest, the way you manage them reflects your character and your understanding of money. Principles. It involves making conscious choices about how capital is deployed, ensuring it aligns with your values, supports sustainable practices, and ideally contributes to the well-being of others, directly or indirectly. This is not about asceticism or denying oneself the fruits of labor, but about finding a harmonious balance between personal enjoyment, prudent growth through sound investment strategies, and responsible deployment of wealth. A true steward understands that money is a tool, a form of energy, and like any powerful tool, it can be used constructively or destructively. The steward chooses the constructive path, seeking to build, to grow, to improve, and to preserve. This might involve investing in ethical businesses, supporting community initiatives, funding innovation that solves real-world problems, or establishing foundations for philanthropic endeavors. This principle also encompasses the duty of financial education, both for oneself and, where appropriate, for one's family or community. A good steward ensures that financial literacy is passed on, empowering others to manage their own resources wisely and to participate effectively in the wealth-building process. It involves planning for the future, not just your own, but potentially for generations to come, through thoughtful estate planning and the creation of legacies that extend beyond mere monetary value. Financial stewardship is the antithesis of reckless speculation or ostentatious consumption. It champions prudence, diligence, and a long-term perspective. It recognizes that true financial independence is not just about having enough money, but about having a healthy, responsible, and empowering relationship with it. By embracing this principle, one transforms the pursuit of wealth into a more meaningful and impactful journey, aligning personal prosperity with a greater good, and, in doing so, often finds that money flows more freely and sustainably. This is the ultimate expression of a mature millionaire mindset. Chapter 22. The Art of Generational Wealth Building. Generational wealth building, a legacy of financial freedom. Beyond the immediate pursuit of financial freedom and personal economic success lies a more expansive vision, the art of generational wealth building. This is the conscious, strategic endeavor to create and structure wealth in such a way that it not only sustains the creator, but can also benefit and empower future generations, fostering a legacy of prosperity, opportunity, and financial well-being. This art requires more than just astute investment strategies and diligent money management. It demands profound foresight, a deep understanding of money principles, and a commitment to instilling a responsible wealth mindset in one's heirs. This is money mastery extended across time. Generational wealth building is akin to planting a forest rather than a single garden. While a garden provides for a season, a forest, once mature, can sustain itself and provide resources for centuries. The architect of generational wealth thinks in terms of decades and lifetimes, not just years or quarters. This long-term perspective influences every financial decision, from the types of assets acquired, favoring those with enduring value and growth potential, like real estate, robust businesses, or well-diversified equity portfolios, to the legal structures established to protect and transfer that wealth, such as trusts, foundations, and family offices. A core component of this art is the strategic use of compounding growth, allowing assets to mature and multiply over extended periods, often far beyond the initial creator's lifetime. This requires patience and a disciplined approach to reinvestment, resisting the urge to deplete the core capital for short-term desires. However, the art of generational wealth building is not solely about accumulating and passing on financial assets. Perhaps even more crucial is the transmission of financial education, values, and a strong sense of stewardship to succeeding generations. Without this human capital, inherited financial wealth can be quickly squandered or become a source of strife rather than empowerment. Therefore, the wise builder of generational wealth invests heavily in educating their heirs about money management, the responsibilities that come with wealth, the importance of hard work, ethical conduct, and philanthropy. They strive to cultivate a millionaire mindset that is not about entitlement, but about opportunity, responsibility, and contribution. This involves open communication about family finances, involving younger generations in age-appropriate financial decisions, and modeling prudent financial behavior. Ultimately, successful generational wealth building creates a legacy that transcends mere money. It fosters a family culture of financial independence, resilience, and purpose, enabling future generations to build upon the foundation laid, pursue their own dreams, and contribute positively to the world. It is the art of ensuring that the inner force and definite purpose that initiated the wealth creation can continue to inspire and guide long after the originator has passed. This is how true economic success endures. Chapter 23. The Power of Financial Education and Literacy. Financial literacy power, understanding how money works. In the grand pursuit of wealth creation and financial independence, One of the most empowering and universally accessible tools is the power of financial education and literacy. This is not merely about learning to balance a checkbook or save a portion of one's income. It is the profound understanding of how money works, how economic success is achieved, the nature of investment strategies, the importance of money management, and the psychological underpinnings of our relationship with money. A strong foundation in financial education is the bedrock upon which a resilient wealth mindset is built, enabling individuals to make informed decisions, avoid common pitfalls, and confidently navigate the complexities of the modern financial world towards money mastery. Financial literacy acts as a compass and a map in the often confusing territory of personal finance. Without it, individuals are prone to wander, susceptible to misleading advice, predatory schemes, or paralyzing fear of the unknown. With it, they gain clarity, confidence, and control. They learn to distinguish between assets and liabilities, to understand the impact of inflation, the mechanisms of credit and debt, the principles of risk and reward in investing, and the strategies for long-term wealth building. This knowledge, as Chapter 19 emphasized, is a cornerstone of wealth, and financial education is the specialized knowledge domain for money. It demystifies concepts like passive income, compounding growth, and diversification, transforming them from abstract jargon into practical tools for achieving financial freedom. The journey of financial education is a lifelong commitment. The economic landscape is constantly evolving, with new financial products, technologies, and regulations emerging regularly. Therefore, the pursuit of financial literacy requires an ongoing dedication to learning and adaptation. This might involve reading books like this personal finance audiobook, taking courses, consulting with qualified and ethical financial advisors, and engaging in communities focused on financial wisdom. Furthermore, the power of financial education and literacy extends beyond individual benefit. Financially literate individuals are better equipped to contribute to their families' well-being, to build stronger communities, and to participate more effectively in the broader economy. They are less likely to fall victim to financial distress and more likely to achieve financial independence, thereby reducing societal burdens. For those who have already achieved a measure of economic success, sharing the gift of financial education with others, particularly the next generation or underserved communities, becomes an act of profound financial stewardship and a way to amplify the positive impact of their own wealth. Ultimately, investing in your financial education is one of the highest return investment strategies you can undertake. It empowers you to take control of your financial destiny, to make your money work for you, and to build a future of security, opportunity, and lasting wealth. This is a fundamental money principle for everyone. Chapter 24, The Dynamics of Economic Cycles. Economic cycles, navigating financial tides for success. To achieve and maintain financial success and navigate the path to financial independence, it is not enough to master one's internal state and personal financial habits. One must also develop an understanding of the broader currents in which all financial activities take place. The dynamics of economic cycles refers to the natural, recurring fluctuations in economic activity, periods of expansion, peak, contraction, recession, and trough that characterize capitalist economies. Recognizing and understanding these cycles is crucial for effective money management, strategic investment strategies, and resilient wealth building, allowing for informed adaptation rather than fearful reaction. This knowledge forms an essential part of a comprehensive financial education. Economic cycles are driven by a complex interplay of factors, including consumer confidence, business investment, government policies, fiscal and monetary, technological innovations, and global events. During periods of expansion, businesses thrive, employment is high, and investments generally perform well, fostering an optimistic wealth mindset. At the peak, the economy may overheat, leading to inflation or asset bubbles. A contraction or recession often follows, characterized by declining economic output, rising unemployment, and falling asset prices. Eventually, the economy reaches a trough, and the cycle begins anew with a recovery phase. Understanding these patterns does not mean one can predict their exact timing or magnitude with perfect accuracy. Even seasoned economists struggle with that. However, acknowledging their existence and general characteristics allows for more strategic decision-making. For instance, during boom times, a prudent individual or business might build up cash reserves, pay down debt, and avoid overly speculative investments, preparing for a potential downturn. During recessions, while challenging, opportunities often arise for those with capital and courage to acquire assets at discounted prices or to invest in businesses poised for recovery. Navigating the dynamics of economic cycles requires flexibility, a long-term perspective, and a refusal to be swayed by mass sentiment, either irrational exuberance during booms or excessive pessimism during busts. It means diversifying assets not just across different classes, but potentially in ways that might perform differently during various phases of the cycle. It also means focusing on fundamental value rather than chasing fleeting trends. For the entrepreneur, it might mean building a business model that is resilient enough to withstand lean times, perhaps with diverse revenue streams or a strong focus on essential goods and services. For the investor, it reinforces the importance of not panicking during market downturns, but adhering to a well-thought-out, long-term investment strategy. Developing this understanding allows one to ride the waves of economic cycles rather than being capsized by them, turning potential threats into opportunities for wealth creation and strengthening the journey towards money mastery and lasting economic success. This insight helps in crafting robust money principles for all seasons. Chapter 25. The Psychology of Scarcity and Abundance. Scarcity versus abundance. The core millionaire mindset. Deeply intertwined with our ability to achieve financial freedom and cultivate lasting wealth is the internal lens through which we perceive resources and opportunities, the psychology of scarcity and abundance. This chapter delves into how these two fundamental money mindsets shape our thoughts, feelings, decisions, and ultimately, our economic success. Moving from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset is a transformative journey crucial for unlocking one's full potential in wealth creation and money mastery. This is a profound aspect of financial education. A scarcity mindset operates from a belief that there is not enough money, not enough opportunity, not enough time, not enough good fortune to go around. This perspective often breeds fear, anxiety, competition in a destructive sense, hoarding, and a short-term focus. When decisions are made from a place of scarcity, they tend to be reactive, risk-averse, to the point of missing opportunities, and focused on preventing loss rather than pursuing gain. Individuals with a dominant scarcity mindset may find it difficult to invest, fearing loss of precious capital, to collaborate, fearing others will take their share, or to celebrate the success of others, seeing it as diminishing their own chances. This mindset can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, constricting one's vision and actions, thereby limiting the inflow of wealth and opportunities, hindering effective money management. Conversely, an abundance mindset stems from the belief that there is plenty, that the universe is rich with resources, opportunities, and possibilities for everyone. This perspective fosters creativity, generosity, collaboration, resilience, and a long-term vision. When decisions are made from a place of abundance, they are more likely to be proactive, open to calculated risk for greater rewards, and focused on growth and expansion. Individuals with an abundance wealth mindset see opportunities where others see obstacles. They are more willing to invest in themselves and others, to share knowledge and resources, and to celebrate the successes of their peers, understanding that another's gain does not mean their loss. Indeed, it can often create a rising tide that lifts all boats. This mindset is magnetic. It tends to attract money, positive experiences, and synergistic relationships. Cultivating an abundance mindset is an active process. It involves practicing gratitude for what one already has, challenging limiting beliefs about money and wealth, focusing on possibilities rather than problems, and consciously choosing thoughts and actions that align with a vision of plenty. It means understanding that value creation is limitless. By shifting from the constricting psychology of scarcity to the expansive psychology of abundance, one lays a fertile inner ground for unprecedented wealth building, financial independence, and a joyful engagement with the laws of money. This shift is essential for anyone aspiring to a millionaire mindset. Chapter 26. The Ethos of Giving and Circulation. Giving and circulation, the flow of money and prosperity. As we approach the culmination of our exploration into the laws of money and the pathways to financial freedom, we encounter a principle that both completes and perpetuates the cycle of wealth creation, the ethos of giving and circulation. This is the profound understanding that money, like energy, thrives not in stagnation but in dynamic flow. True money mastery recognizes that hoarding wealth beyond prudent reserves can stifle its creative power, while intelligently directing a portion of it outwards through philanthropy, investment in others, or supporting worthy causes can create a virtuous cycle that benefits both the giver and the receiver, often returning in unforeseen and amplified ways. This is the ultimate expression of an enlightened wealth mindset and mature economic success. Giving, in this context, is not merely an act of charity, driven by obligation, but a conscious choice rooted in an abundance mindset and a sense of financial stewardship. It acknowledges that the wealth one has accumulated is, in part, a product of the society and environment in which one operates. Therefore, reinvesting a portion of that wealth back into the community or towards causes that uplift humanity is a natural and constructive act. This circulation can take many forms: charitable donations, impact investing, investments that aim for both financial return and positive social environmental impact, mentoring and sharing financial education, or supporting innovation that addresses societal challenges. The key is the intention, to use financial resources as a tool for positive change and growth beyond one's personal sphere. This aligns with powerful money principles of flow and reciprocity. The act of giving and facilitating circulation often has a paradoxical effect. By releasing money with positive intent, one often creates space for more to flow in. This is not a transactional expectation of immediate return, but a deeper understanding of universal dynamics. Generosity can open new doors, build goodwill, foster gratitude, both in the giver and receiver, and create networks of positive influence. It shifts the focus from "what can I get" to "what can I contribute," which in itself is a powerful catalyst for further success and wealth building. Furthermore, engaging in meaningful giving can provide a profound sense of purpose and fulfillment that transcends material wealth. It connects the individual to something larger than themselves, adding a rich dimension to their financial independence. As one learns to attract money and build wealth, integrating the ethos of giving and circulation ensures that this wealth becomes a force for good, creating a legacy that is not just about financial figures, but about positive impact and the Perpetuation of abundance for all. This is the hallmark of a true millionaire mindset, grounded in financial wisdom. This completes our full audiobook journey into the timeless principles of money mastery. Conclusion: embodying the laws for lifelong money mastery. As we draw the veil upon this exploration of the 26 immutable statutes governing wealth creation and financial freedom, it becomes profoundly evident that the acquisition of money is not a game of chance nor a prize awarded by capricious fate. Rather, it is the deliberate, often unseen, yet entirely predictable outcome of aligning one's inner world and outer actions with the potent, unwavering laws of money we have meticulously examined. The journey through these pages, from the awakening of the inner force to the ethos of giving and circulation, has been designed not merely to impart financial education, but to catalyze a fundamental transformation in your wealth mindset, leading you towards enduring money mastery. You have learned that the genesis of all outward fortune lies within, in the clarity of a definite purpose, the unyielding power of will, the unshakable confidence in your abilities, and a consistently constructive mental attitude. These internal architects lay the foundation upon which the edifice of economic success is built. We have seen how the law of attraction and the principle of dynamic reciprocity are not mystical concepts, but practical, energetic exchanges, responding in kind to the quality of your thoughts and the intelligence of your actions. The path to financial independence is paved with intelligent action, strategic capital investment, and the courage to navigate risk and opportunity with wisdom. The principles of value and merit, compounding growth, financial stewardship, and building generational wealth underscore that true prosperity is both earned and cultivated, demanding diligence, foresight, and a commitment to creating lasting worth. You now understand the critical role of continuous financial education and literacy, the necessity of innovation and adaptation in an ever-changing world, and the amplified strength found in strategic alliances. The discipline of self-mastery, an understanding of economic cycles, and the conscious cultivation of an abundance mindset over one of scarcity are not mere suggestions, but essential components of a life geared towards sustained wealth building. But knowledge alone, however, profound, is inert. The true alchemy, the secret to transmuting these principles into tangible money and lasting financial freedom, lies not in the mere intellectual possession of these money principles, but in their consistent, courageous application, in their embodiment. Lifelong money mastery is not a destination achieved, but a path continually walked, a discipline perpetually honed. It is the daily commitment to live by these laws, to make them the very fabric of your financial consciousness and operational strategy. You are now equipped with the blueprints once utilized by the unseen architects of affluence. The power to construct your desired financial reality resides within you, awaiting only your command, your intelligent action, and your persistent faith in these timeless laws. Go forth, therefore, not merely as a student of these principles, but as a living testament to their efficacy. Let your life become a symphony of economic success, orchestrated by the harmonious application of these 26 statutes. The journey to a millionaire mindset and beyond, to a state of profound money mastery and enduring financial wisdom, begins anew with each conscious choice to embody these truths. May your path be one of ever-expanding prosperity, purpose, and profound fulfillment. The laws are now yours to command.